Generative AI is like a new type of fire that we've discovered. And suddenly, as if often happens in technology hype cycles, we start acting as if there's no other ways to make a fire. We've forgotten that we've been starting and maintaining fires in different ways for thousands of years. Or even if we just talk about digital technology, we've been at it for a while. And suddenly, it seems like generative AI is the one fire that is gonna keep us warm and take care of everything, which is a ridiculous thought because even ChatGPT, which essentially is the poster child for generative AI, doesn't use generative AI or the transformer architecture for everything. Even ChatGPT uses other types of machine learning for various tasks, like classifiers for determining harmful content. So this new fire is, yes, it's definitely changing a lot of things. It's good that we are thinking about what is changing, but let's not get too caught up in thinking this is the only fire we'll now use for everything from now on. And yes, there's a lot of FOMO, fear of missing out going around because everyone is rushing to add a bit of generative AI into their products. And we've been there before with other types of technology. If we look at the technology hype cycle, we see that usually we have a period of excitement where everyone is predicting this will be everywhere in a year. And then it doesn't happen because guess what? We're all still human. We work within human systems that are still kind of slow to adapt. If you think about how much time it takes to switch to another cloud provider or even switching to another email client, those are the type of projects that take a long, long time. Not to mention just switching and changing the way we think about technology and our mindset. So while yes, it's definitely worth talking about the impact, for instance, AI will have on jobs and talking about all the ethical issues surrounding how these products even came to life, it's not all gonna happen overnight. We still have time to reflect. We still have time to say, no, we don't just have to go along with the Silicon Valley vision and start dancing with this new fire. Also, remember that the future is not set in stone. Yes, we've seen a lot of Black Mirror episodes, but that is not the only future that's possible. If we come together and if we talk about these things and start imagining things this technology could be used to change society and change systems, we can start imagining new rainbow mirrors where this technology isn't just used to make the billionaires even richer and to reinforce existing power structures, but to challenge them. A good example of that is Karya, an Indian nonprofit that is challenging the way data is collected for these artificial intelligence models. Instead of exploiting poor workers and paying them peanuts, they're actually paying them significantly more money. Now, of course, it still doesn't sound like a lot, and they're still struggling getting enough work to lift more people out of poverty. But what's great about this example is that it shows that there are other ways. We cannot expect the first nonprofit or new social venture to solve this problem that this industry has and all unethical practices that we are so used to. But we need more experiments like this and using it as an example that other ways are possible. We don't need to just exploit and extract data. We can actually pay people a fair wage for their work, even give them residuals as their work gets used and more. So this is just a starting point because obviously when these systems get built, the question remains how will we provide more jobs once we have trained this artificial intelligence models? What's next? What kind of jobs will people have? Or maybe will finally figure out how to redistribute wealth back to people so we don't have to work so hard to just exist. These are just some of the thoughts I thought I'd share today on how not to get caught up on the narratives of harms and hype that Silicon Valley is trying to sell us. There are alternatives. We can bring our own buckets of water to temper this flame they have unleashed upon us, and we can start looking for rainbow mirrors just like Karya is doing.